Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thanks so much for stopping by. Definitely take a look around. Let me know what you think. Today we're going to be talking about Disney Mirrorverse and Rift Raids and something else that I picked out from a recent video from the official channel we're going to talk about as well. We're going to do a lot of theorizing because we don't know anything. We know nothing, but we're going to talk about it anyway. But first, before we do that, if you're just now finding this channel and you want to stay up to date with this and other games, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. All right, and welcome back. Just a quick reminder, all the links to my social media are in the description below, so definitely check that out. Also, I do stream 3 days a week on Twitch, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Saturdays, that's a change, Saturdays at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Definitely come out and join us. Let's play some games together. We play a lot of different games, so look forward to seeing you there. All right, so let's take a look at this. Rift Raids, you probably saw the video that came out on the official channel. I think it was the making of video. That had some really cool stuff there. We found out about Rift Raids they announced at the end of the video. So just kind of want to talk about this a little bit. We've probably been talking about it for a while now, and then I want to get into kind of the main thing I want to theorize about. So from this graphic here, and I think we have 3 different stages of this whole thing. So this, I think, was like a concept thing, right? We have minion islands down here. We have status, have no idea what that means. So we have, look at that. We have selected, we have active, and we have completed. So the different statuses there. And then we have these satellite boss islands, and we have the main boss island. So I'm thinking we probably have some boss battles coming, which if we do, it makes sense because we have guardians in the game like Ursula, who are better when focused on one enemy. If you switch off that one target, then they're not as effective. So we have some of those different guardians in the game. So if we have boss battles, it makes sense. So very interesting to see how this might play out. When we take a look at this second graphic here, again, if you take a look, the different statuses, right? So if we take a look at this, so if this is completed, this is active, and this is selected. We take a look at this right here. What do we have here? So we have, so this may be completed. This may be active. This may be selected. I don't know. So again, maybe that's completed there. So I'm thinking that we probably are going to be completing these islands around here. And then we have a boss battle in the middle. Then we have, as you kind of work down this bar here, which changes in the next graphic, maybe you have to complete everything out there, which is going to give you access to the main boss island. It comes together a little bit better right here because you have these different minion islands out here, right? And right here, you have a different number of ones on each one of them. Maybe the other islands were completed. Maybe this is what it looks like full. Maybe they were completed, taken out, and you have to take those out to get to the minion boss battle right there. Then you take the minion boss battle out there, and it takes away this thing right here, which looks like it's putting a shield around the main boss island here. So maybe we have to clear all of that around all of here, eliminate these shield generating lines, whatever you want to call them, and then we can attack that main island, that main boss island. It seems pretty logical, at least to me, from what we've seen here, but who knows? I mean, there's so many different ways that you could play this. And then also here, what do the different colors mean? Do the different colors mean anything? Are these maybe melee guardians can only be here, ranged and tank, but then what do you have here with the purple? Is it a new role that's coming out, or is that just significant of, you know, the typical fractured color purple? Or maybe those are the main enemies that you're going to fight on those different islands. But it doesn't make sense because the main boss island is green, so that would be support. Maybe the colors don't mean anything at all. Maybe it's just kind of something cool that they came up with to liven it up. I don't know. But there's so many different things that can happen here. But just kind of, for me, outside looking in, not knowing anything, it seems like we're going to complete these islands, do the mini boss battle, take away each one of these so that we can take the shield down and then attack that main boss. It seems pretty reasonable that that would happen. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about, one of the main things I wanted to talk about was this right here. If you take a look at this, so this is a screenshot that I snagged from that video at 9 minutes and 17 seconds. Look at this. We have relics here. So what does that mean for this game? Are relics going to be coming out with Rift Raids? And what are relics? What are they for? In other games, it could be different pieces of armor, and it increases stat boost. For the most part, relics have typically been a mechanic in the game that allows for you to boost the stats of your different heroes, the different units and stuff that you have in the game. Is that what this is going to be? Is it just going to be straight stat boosts? Are these relics going to add a different mechanic to maybe different guardians? Maybe it allows them a new ability, maybe a passive ability or something like that. Who knows? We have no idea. Is it going to be multiple relics that, for each guardian? Is it going to be just a library of relics that you can use on any guardian? And if you take a look at my farming guide that I put together recently, I have a section on there where I labeled it BIS, right? Best in slot. So some of you who saw that probably figured that out. So with relics, are we going to be taking a look at that? Are we going to have some relics better than others? Are there going to be different tiers of relics? What does that look like? And then in that case, probably we're going to have to be taking a look at best in slot. What's the best relic to have on a tank or ranged or melee? Is it going to work out that way? I don't know. So just kind of my brain just keeps thinking about all these different ways that these can play out, because there's so many different ways that we've seen it happen in other games. So I'm very curious how, or what the developers at Kabam have in mind for Rift Raids and for Relics. I've also seen, because I do want to warn about this as well, there's things that we've seen in screenshots that later on in the game they got taken away because it just didn't work. Maybe Relics will be here, maybe it won't. Maybe they find out it's just not something that really helps in the game and it messes too much stuff up, so they take it out. Or maybe we see it now and we're not going to see it for 4 or 5 years, right? So just kind of keep that in mind as well. These are just things that I'm thinking about as I see them in a video that came out from Kabam on the main channel. So I'm just kind of curious, what are your thoughts? That's really all I had to talk about. I have these pictures on my main Discord if you want to go ahead, jump in there and take a look as well. But just kind of curious, what do you think? If you were in charge of Rift Raids and Relics, how would you want to see them implemented in the game? We were finishing up a stream recently, earlier today, and we were having a pretty good conversation about Rift Raids and what they could be. So I'm just kind of curious what everybody thinks about it. I think it's a cool thing to start theorizing until it actually comes out and we see what it is. Some of us may be super close. Some of us may be right on. I may be way off. Who knows? But again, something just pretty cool to talk about. So that is what I had for you. As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.